Let us get started. Not let us continue into battle number 6. The first team of battle number 6 being the almost not undefeated Mars. Playing the Goldenrod Gholdengos, led by Mars, playing for Goodwill at 5th place at 2-0. I was so close to taking him down last week, and my choke will forever haunt me. Oh, goodness, yeah, seriously. So the Oyumans of this team being the Torkoal and the Roaring Moon, the 1 and 2 and the 1 and 1.
With that Oracle being able to set up the sun, it's been
Yeah,
very strong for what we've seen so far.
yeah, that like the sun is directly benefiting half of this team. Let's be honest. With Paradox Mons, the 4 Paradox Mons that
And
he
he has
has, like
all
Mortar,
those paradoxes.
Vileplume, just really strong on these Paradox Mons. We see the UU Mons, the Slitherwing having a 4-1 record, falling to my Nascarada. Thank you. And the Sandy Shocks also falling to my Ninetales. Um, the Argumon, the Porygon 2, bane of my existence, being at 3-0, being just so bulky,
Strong.
so bulky with the Eviolite especially. We see the recently traded Iron Thorns and the Brute Bonnet. The Iron Thorns was originally the Grimmsnarl, which was traded from the who was acquired by the devious Duats. And the Brute Bonnet was traded for the Shaded Sunsets, or from the Shaded Sunsets for the Arboliva. Sorry, brain is not working. The NU-Mons of the team being the Hitmonlee, the Magmortar, and the 3-1 Vileplume. And the PU-Mons, I'm surprised we haven't seen the Shuckle yet.
You know what they say. Don't
yeah,
effle with Shuckle,
yeah,
baby.
You know what they say. You see the Lava Fett as well. We did see the Lava Fett make an appearance week 1, but it was not used. And the Raticate and Jellicent have not been even... They have not shown their faces yet. Yeah, just we do see all the Paradox Mons of this team, which, again, it did bring up some concerns. But... I mean, you saw me battle with him. The weather is pretty... I can't say easy, but it is not completely broken. You can neutralize these Paradox Mons by neutralizing the weather. Hey, what are your thoughts on this team here?
Super strong. And
Super strong.
obviously, that Shuckle. I want to see that Shuckle come out. So good.
Like, the problem is, I don't know if he will bring the Shuckle because of how strong the rest of his Mons are, but Shuckle is just so good that he's gonna make it work. Because, like, this team leader, again, I don't know if he's still in chat, but he's really experienced. He's probably one of the best battlers on our team, though seeing the Cross-Banner Brawlers, he's been popping off too, so,
If
so,
it's not, Shuckle's a beast. Love that turtle.
is he? I guess he is a turtle, isn't he? Yeah, so the opponents this week of the Goldenrod Gholdengos is the Dabbing Dratinis, which is another Paradox Mon setup. You see Nightmare Enterprises playing for Habitat for Humanity. Currently 2nd place at 2-0. Would you like to introduce this team?
Yeah. We got the O and U Iron Moth at 5-0. Big boy over there. With the Iron Valiant also at 4-1. That Iron Valiant is just so strong.
They both are. Those OU
they
Mons
really
are just...
That's a
probably
terrifying.
2 of the strongest Mons.
It really is. And then coming up next for UU, we got that Skarmory at 1-0, and then the great typing of Gastrodon at 0-0.
The Quagsire.
So far, what I'm seeing, yeah, what I'm seeing so far, terrifying.
Oh, absolutely.
And then coming up next for RU, we have all 3 of them standing at 0-0 at Chandelure, Ditto, and Sharpedo. That Ditto, you just never know what could happen with that thing.
And like, if the Ditto, you can choice scarf that Ditto and predict, like, you know, if you get any stat boost, like if you Sword Dance and then swap into Ditto, it copies a Sword Dance. So
yeah,
like if you choice scarf, you immediately outspeed and just hit that Pokemon back with whatever boost it already has.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
And then coming up,
don't judge the legality. I didn't do my research. You know,
Yeah,
I've said this before. I didn't know enough about competitive Gen 9. I didn't know how strong these Paradox Mons actually are. And by the time, yeah, Henry does body power. Yeah, at the time that that we saw the Paradox Mons for the first time, it was a week in. It was too late. I couldn't change any rules.
yeah,
So yeah, it was my fault. I'll keep apologizing for it, but just
yep,
prepare. That's all I'll say. Just
yeah,
prepare. Anyway, keep going.
yeah, yep. Up next for NU, again, all three standing at 0-0. We got Zatu, Ninjask, and Rotom. What do you think of these
Ninjask,
three?
Ninjask is scary. Oh, like I feel even each tier.
Yeah,
Yeah, Ninjask with its speed boost ability, being able to substitute Sword Dance Baton Pass with speed boost. That's a setup that is 100% terrifying. Um,
mm-hmm.
like it's gonna outspeed everything, and then just keep outspeeding things as it gets boosts. And just be able to
Exactly.
baton pass those boosts away. Ninjask, just really scary. Zatu having magic bounce, being a good mon to prepare for if you know a team is running heavy traps. Magic bounce just boop, traps are yours now, haha.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then up next for PU, we have Doug Trio at 2-0, Gothitelle at 0-0. With that Shadow tag, that Gothitelle can be very strong
And Dogtrio
if
with
used
Arena Trap
correctly.
even.
Exactly. Absol at 0-0, and then Pincurchin, or I'm pretty sure I said that wrong.
Incursion. Yep, you're close.
Yeah, Pincurchin, yeah, close enough. It's also standing at 0-2. So, very strong team. Again, like what we were talking about earlier, Doug Trio and Gothitelle being able to trap the opponents in.
The darn
Very
Pincurchin.
interesting.
The thing with this Pincurchin, it might have 0-2, but it literally is there to set up the electric terrain for the two Paradox Mons, and
Yeah.
just be annoying. Like it's used Memento twice now to very much
Yeah.
hinder the Pokemon, so they have to guaranteed swap or just deal with the half attack and special attack. So
Yeah.
Pincurchin again doing its job, just like my Umbreon was doing, getting in there, doing its job, and just dying.
Yeah, the record doesn't always speak for Lemon.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we ready to see this battle?
Let's see the lineups of these teams. Look at all these Paradox Mons!
Oh my gosh.
Look at all those chickens! So we see the Roaring Moon and the Torkoal, the Sandy Shocks, the Magmortar, which again is another mon that's boosted by the sun, and the new Brute Bonnet and Slitherwing. Just Professor Turo is no Sada, Professor Sada. Just Professor Sada team here.
Look at that crap.
And we see from the Dratinis the two Paradox Mons from here, the Iron Moth, the Iron Valiant, the Skarmory, the two Trappers with Gothitelle and Dugtrio, and the Sharpedo making its first appearance. Sharpedo being just fast with speed boost too.
Yes.
Terrifying. What are your
Very
first?
interesting to see these trapping mons and see
Yeah.
what they can do against this
I know what they can
insane.
do. I've seen this battle already.
Yeah, but just to see what they can do against these overwhelming Paradox mons over here.
Seriously.
With being able to set up the stun.
Yeah. The two Paradox teams, of course, Dabbing Dratinis being one of the Goldenrod Gholdengos, one of their closest friends. I don't know how like closest friend. I don't know y'all's relationship. I know you're all really good friends, but Dabbing Dratinis definitely looking for redemption, especially against last year. Same thing that I was doing. I was looking for redemption against this team. Dabbing Dratinis is trying to do the same thing. Take down the undefeated Goldenrod Gholdengos. Let's see the starting lineup. Starting Pokemon of these teams. The Gholdengos leading with the Brute Bonnet, with the Dabbing Trees leading with Hotel California, the Gothitelle. Immediate swapping into the Iron Moth with the Spore landing on it to put it to sleep right away.
Not saying that Torkoal come out to set up the sun.
Yeah, it does swap right into the Gothitelle with the Magmortar swapping in to replace the Brute Bonnet. The Flamethrower going in, doing a little bit of damage. But this Cosmic Power coming through from the Gothitelle. Uh-oh. Another Flamethrower coming in. This Magmortar, I'm pretty sure, is Shadow Tagged. It cannot swap. The Gothitelle going in for more boosts with 2 times defense and speed and special defense from the Cosmic Powers.
Being able to tank these flamethrowers because of this Shadow Tag.
Yeah. Another Flamethrower coming through, but again, it's doing nothing. The only hope right now, the rest coming through to get it to full HP, and it's just going to be able to sit there and survive now. And the Sleep Clause was not. This is okay with Sleep Clause because rest you're able to Sleep Talk, but into rest though. Yeah, you're able to rest your own Pokemon, but you can't sleep multiple Pokemon. That's how our Sleep Clause is running.
Yes.
But another Flamethrower coming through, and doing nothing. The Sleep Talk coming in with the stored power, doing some pretty good damage. Not quite knocking down this Magmortar though. Another Flamethrower coming in though. And Gothitelle wakes up, goes for another Cosmic Power.
This thing is chunky.
Another Flamethrower coming through. Again, Magmortar cannot swap. Another Cosmic Power. Almost at full defenses right now from this Gothitelle.
And again, with that Shadow Tag, this Magmortar is literally stuck. Can't do anything to this Gothitelle.
Full defenses now from Gothitelle. Is stored power going to be able to, obviously be able to take down this Magmortar? But it goes for the rest instead to get back to full HP. This Flamethrower doing so little damage to this Gothitelle.
Sleep Talk the stored power?
And it does. Sleep Talk landing the stored power, taking down this Magmortar.
Then again with the leftovers being almost back to full HP.
Oh, the Brute Bonnet though, Gothitelle is forced to swap because it can't hit with sword power. The Crunch though doing absolutely nothing because of the resistant hit, and swaps immediately into the Torkoal. And the close combat comes through, critting and doing a lot of damage. Of course, lowering its defenses. An immediate swap back into the Gothitelle. If you swap into the Slitherwing, Take On Me. I love these song references from these teams. And the U-turn nearly taking down the Gothitelle, but not quite. Brute Bonnet then coming back in.
Back to Brute Bonnet.
Boosting his attack from the photosynthesis though.
Sleeps
the Hotel California.
Sword power doesn't affect.
I love the name Hotel California. Yeah, no, being a dark type, Brute Bonnet can't do anything, or it can't do anything to Brute Bonnet. Skarmory then switches in, taking a Bullet Seed. Cloud resistant hit from this Brute Bonnet onto the Skarmory. Hitting 5 times though.
Jeez.
And immediate swap into the Torkoal, with the Stealth Rocks being set up from the Skarmory.
Wonder if any more setups is gonna come from. No, it decides to go switch.
Swap into the Iron Moth with the Stealth Rock being set up from the Torkoal. Rocks now floating over each team. With the Moth just taking a little nap. The Rapid Spin! Boosting the speed and of course clearing the Stealth Rocks from the Torkoal side. And a swap into the Roaring Moon. Breaking Benjamin, let's go! Anyway. Moth is staying asleep though. U-turn then.
Another U-turn.
Back into the Torkoal to set up that sun. With the Moth waking up. Going for a Dazzling Gleam, of course, not doing too much damage, but still doing a lot considering it was a resistant hit. Torkoal swapping out into the AC/DC, the Sandy Shock. I love these. Speed was heightened, but the Air Slash being a resistant hit, doing nothing to this, whatever it is. Swaps into the Skarmory to predict that Earth Power. This is 25 turns, only 1 knockout so far. Swap back into Slitherwing, Take On Me. And the Defog coming through so that all the rocks that were there are now gone. And the close combat coming through. Turn. Or it might not be if it's running Heat Rock. The Roost bringing the Skarmory back up, taking all the damage back from close combat. When the close combat coming through, still not doing too much, but of course the Slitherwing lowering its defenses. And the Toxic coming through from the Skarmory and landing, putting this Slitherwing on a timer. Skarmory then swaps back into the Gothitelle with a close combat being a resistant hit, but it is enough to take down the Gothitelle.
We're back down to even at 5 and 5.
Yeah. Dugtrio then coming in. Slitherwing can't swap out. It's forced to get hit by a Shadow Claw. With the sun.
These trapping ponds are really making a difference here.
Yeah, seriously. Dugtrio swapping into the Skarmory. With the Spore coming in.
Ooh.
We're able to... The Spore being legal because no other Pokemon are asleep right now. The Crunch able to take down the Skarmory. Iron Moth then swapping back in. And the immediate swap from the Brute Bonnet into the Torkoal will set up the Sun. But will it survive a hit? Fiery Dance, it does not survive. The special attack gets boosted from the Iron Moth.
The end is nigh.
Roaring Moon swaps in, boosts its attack, but will it outspeed? It does. The Crunch taking down the Iron Moth. Each team at 3 and 3 now. Iron Maiden, Iron Valiant comes in. The Crunch, though, being a resistant hit, not doing too much damage. With the Moonblast connecting and taking down Breaking Benjamin in one hit. Battle's really close. Sandy Shocks then coming in. The speed getting heightens from the Sun. The Earth Power connecting, taking down the Iron Valiant. Both teams now at 2 and 2. Ow. Dugtrio comes in, but whatever.
Earthquake.
Sandy Shocks can't swap in, so it does get one shot by the Earthquake, leaving just the Brute Bonnet left. The Fairygus, these two Pokemon. The Earthquake comes in, of course, resistant hit. Not going to do too much. And the Spore puts the Dugtrio right to sleep. Dugtrio just napping. With the grassy terrain being set up by this Brute Bonnet. Brute Bonnet feeling comfortable enough to get some recovery. Dugtrio stays asleep. With the Bullet Seed, one Bullet Seed!
Wow.
Destroying this Dugtrio. Just the Sharpedo left.
And the Sharpedo. It does have that type disadvantage.
The Ice Fang misses! And the Bullet Seed is able to connect and take down the Sharpedo. Bringing the Goldenrod Gholdengos, continuing their winning streak. Fantastic.
The Ice Fang missing.
That Ice Fang miss, not even that. No, I'm not going to say it because of the fact that it might be a strategy they run later, so I'm not going to say it. But there was another move that Sharpedo had that also could have one-shot the Brute Bonnet. So, Dratinis and I what's the word? We both messed up our last move, and it ruined us.